right, y'all. So on this one, we got Kevin Gates being accused of being homosexual again. I've heard this a lot. I just never really covered him, but hey, let's go.
Depending on who you ask, Kevin Gates could be everything. If you're one of his female fans and you love him, you would say he's a great artist. If you're a lady and you want to date him, you could say he's charming, he's good looking, he's different, he got a mouthpiece. But if you're a lady and you don't like him, you could say this.
I'm sick of it all. I'm sick of this man leading me on this whole time. You know, I in the beginning, I obviously believed everything, but as time progressed, I started to peep.
Not to mention, Kevin Gates is not the biggest fan of women right now.
Man, don't want no old man. What don't want a young.
And so, obviously, people, when they're upset, they start to dig and dig deeper. This is the issue of just pissing off people in the population, especially if you're a superstar. Now again, Kevin Gates has a tumultuous relationship history. We all know about his wife, Drika Gates, and that one is kind of sad because she seemed to be like a very nice girl, going to school to be a doctor, and her family disowned her because, well, she started dating Kevin Gates. And then there was the failed Brittany Ritter project when he converted her to Islam, and that lasted all of 3 weeks.
Got him!
And so now he's with this young Hispanic or Dominican lady who's like 26 years old, and he's living his best life. But we already know how that's going to end. I mean, it is Kevin Gates. He'll be with her for like 2 weeks. He'll do this, and it will all be over with, literally. We all know how it ends. But then something came up. You see, guys, I wasn't really inspecting on Kevin Gates. No, seriously, I got more to talk about. I mean, this is Black Q too, right? Yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff going on here every day. Like, I'm literally making content by the clock. So, you know, your boy is busy. But when the investigations are there, I might take a look. And by a small, lucky chance, I came across this.
I've been holding on to a secret for way too long. And this the main reason why Gates stopped everything I got going on. He tried to stop it, you heard me? Because my baby mama, she had kids with a dude before me, before she met me, a dude named Joshua Duncan. He died 6 months ago. They lived on Alvin Dark. My baby mama don't lie. She ain't shit, but the liar. She walked in on her other baby daddy, the one that died, sucking Gates while he got a finger up Gates' ass, and they jumped up, and she like, what y'all doing? They hollering about they changing the oil. How the changing the oil on the kitchen? Yeah, you ain't never want that to come out. But bitch, play with me now. You done called them people. You done called them people and told them cancel my do this, stop everything I got going on. Explain yourself how that white boy was sucking your on Alvin Dark in LSU with his finger stuck up in your ass. Kevin Gill, yeah, you ain't think it was gonna come out. Yeah, it's coming out today. Yeah, go take a lie to take the test, say that didn't happen. I challenge you, Kevin Gates. Go take a lie to take the test and say you didn't get your by another man on Alvin Dark Street. His name was Joshua Duncan. He had his finger stuck up your ass. Go take a lie to take the test. Put that on TV.
Now, this is a guy that's in, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where Kevin Gates is from, and he's accusing Kevin Gates of trying to blackball him in the industry. And
all right, so first, do I believe that? What he said it like that shit was true. He said it like that was just word, you know what I'm saying? But it is something that he said that, did he walk in and see that? Or did the girl walk in and she told him? Oh, she told him. So, of course he gonna believe his baby mom, but she could have been lying, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I wouldn't put it past him either because of how freaky he is, and he's a part of that industry. They do that. And if it was a white guy, I could see that. He probably had to do something with a white guy in the industry to get on, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't put it past him. That's just my opinion, but yeah.
And he said he has a secret. And of course, you just heard that secret. Kevin Gates allegedly was doing something with another man, and he's been knowing about it for a long time, but didn't want to say anything about it. And it's easy to say, oh, this is the guy that's just upset. He's just a hater. He's just jealous of Kevin Gates. That's why he's talking like this. But then we started to...
And that could be true too, because honestly, you know what I'm saying? Now you want to tell it. Why now? You know, like, I don't get it.
do some inspecting. And what we came across was shocking.
Talking about I'm gay. Well, come bend that ass over there. Let me show you.
So here Kevin Gates is getting his hair braided, and somebody comes into the screen and calls him gay. Now, this is not uncommon. A lot of people get called gay. I mean, if you're going to get on YouTube, Instagram, be popular, you're also going to get called the gay. I mean, it's what happens. However, we don't know who he's talking to. It could be a woman or a man. So we don't know, right? We don't know who the person is.
Y'all, when I tell y'all, we will never, nobody will ever know a man's sexuality, because a man may not even know his sexuality if they're not allowed to know, like I done told y'all already, okay? So all this playing Blues Clues about the sexuality, we need to just hang that on up. Everybody need to be allowed to just be themselves so that this world can just become better. But they also need to stop caring about people's judgment, because otherwise that will not change, because people are going to be judgmental. So it's on both, but you got to do what you got to do. However, I feel like a lot of these niggas be being themselves, but a lot of people just play their cards right. I feel like he's being himself. He probably he's just bisexual like Joe Budden, but they know they got to say shit away or play their cards right because they understand public perception. I understand that even though I am a real nigga and I will do something bluntly and regardless of what people's opinions is, but I understand this world. It's not about reality. It's about perception and what people think. You know what I'm saying? That's why people care about what people think so much. I get that. I know how to play my cards when I need to. I know how to put that suit on, say those words, get in that interview, do what the fuck I gotta do to get that job and whatever else. But I am still going to be in touch with reality. That's the only difference between a lot of people. They only care about public opinion and perception, and they kind of forget about reality because they think it doesn't matter, but it matters to yourself and your spirit. You know what I'm saying? So even though that's what it is, you got to be true to yourself.
Unfortunately, we do know this.
I eat good, but I'm about to.
What? He says, I'm about that P, but I'm also about that D too. Okay.
So what I was saying is, what I meant by that is that cognitive dissonance can allow a man to be real with himself in reality that he is bisexual, fluid, whatever, right? But in the world, because of perception, he's gonna say that he is a straight man. Because to him, it doesn't matter who he sleeps with, that's his business. And it honestly, he has that right, you know? So that's the cognitive dissonance I'm talking about. He will be right in your face telling you that he's a straight man and it'll be believable because in that setting, he believes that to be true. That's what I'm trying to say. You will never know a nigga's sexuality in that case, okay?
About that D too. All right. Okay. That's, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm trying to look for a way to defend the guy and I just can't. But maybe he meant something else. I'm not sure. But he has been on podcasts before. And, you know, when he's been on podcasts, certain things have come out, not out of anybody else's mouth, but out of Kevin Gates' mouth himself.
How many inches is your?
I don't know, but it's decent.
It's decent.
And I say that because I really used to think I had a small because my little brother, I hate to say this, he gonna kill my little brother like 18 inches.
Damn.
So I used to think my small. But I'm blessed. I'm a ruler.
But 18 inches.
Yeah. But I'm, when you young,
You see, like, I feel like this nigga's playing in her face, like, trolling, like, playing dumb. Like, these niggas are well at playing dumb while the whole time on the inside saying to themselves, like, bitch, what you asking me that dumbass question for or some shit. But he gonna play dumb and say some gay shit because he knows it's gonna go viral. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand the mindset of these niggas.
Y'all grew up, everybody in the same house, y'all grew up together, you know what I'm saying?
Baby, not grow up together.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the You think you is?
Okay, so your little brother has, as you said, a certain size. So how do you know? I mean, I have never looked at anybody in my families and just, oh, how long are you, or how big? Like, how do you do that? How do y'all just go around just running around and you know? I mean, I can see if you're little boys and you're taking baths together or kids, but like grown people, you know, I don't know how you know. But okay, forget it. I'll forgive that. I can try to forgive that. I mean, because you know it's the family. Maybe somebody told them. Maybe some girl told them. I don't know. Maybe somebody. I don't know. We don't want to judge. But then this happened.
Nah, we got a transgender woman, Lila Gibney, doing podcasts saying that Kevin Gates ate out her transition. If we want to get technical, I would say this is borderline sexual assault.
All right, so shout out Tasha K. We have Tasha K, and Tasha K is saying that there's evidence that Kevin Gates was trying to date this transgender model. And so now when you tie it all the way back, that's a lot of evidence to kind of tie back to the guy's point. And then if you look at, I'm just gonna be real, what some women are gonna say about this, because you know women will call anybody gay, like if they're being mean to women. I mean, they said about Kevin Samuels, say about anybody, you know. I mean, you say a
Kevin Samuels was too. Like, y'all all are. That's what when you don't allow yourself to be able to experiment and find out who you are, you may not recognize something in yourself that other people can, who are real with themselves. They can tell, like, you just aren't, you don't even know it. You don't even know. Y'all don't think that it's possible for somebody to be gay and they don't even know it if they have played so much mind games on themselves to fit into this modern world, or to not disappoint their parents and religion and all that. You don't think that there's people in this world that are gay and they don't even know it, bro? I'm trying to tell you, it's that serious. It's that deep, bro. Facts.
Woman is entitled. However, but when you have evidence of the person saying, like, I'm not about the P, I'm about that D too. You said it, not me. We have the comment of, let me bend you over and show you I'm not gay. Okay, fine. That could have been a lady. No problem there. Then you looking at your brother's D. That is very, very questionable. Tasha K comes out with the transsexual thing. That is very, very questionable. And then the guy has a remark about, you know, his baby mama walked in and saw you basically getting your, you know what, whatever you was doing. Here's the issue, right? This is why, like, I don't want to, in my older age, like, make viral offensive content. Not because I just don't want to do that. I'm just old now. You know, I'm in a part of my life where I just see things a little bit different, because I see things now. Like, if I had a daughter who was are doing bad, would I want somebody to be roasting her up? No, I wouldn't. No matter how much of a she is. And we all have in our families.
Y'all, let me just say something. This might be wrong. This might be wrong, but this is one of the ugliest niggas on YouTube I have ever seen, bro. I think he admits that. He acknowledges that he know he ugly, so it's not a big deal. But I just had to say that shit. Like, golly, boy. Like, radio face for real.
So I wouldn't want it to happen. So now I think of things a little bit differently. However, family, here is what I want to say. Here's what I want to talk about. Kevin Gates starting this stuff, and then now people going back and doubling back and bringing up this stuff. It looks bad because it all looks like proof, and then what they're going to tie it to is, oh, look at your attitude towards women. So obviously you must be like this. It must be the case, because, like, look how you act. You must be this kind of person. How are you not this kind of person? You must clearly be like this.
Some women do that. I will attest to that. I have seen women, you know, if a man holds them accountable or keeps it 100 about some shit, like, and they don't like to hear that shit about, like, them being overweight or, you know, things that women feel are natural to them, you know, being a hoe, being overweight, being, you know, rude, nasty, bad attitude, masculine, you know. If a man says, you know, hey, I don't like that, or men don't like that, or da-da-da-da, they'll go, oh, you're gay, then, like, nah. It's because they don't want to be held accountable. Sometimes they do that.
because this is the evidence. And so this is the issue with somebody, because they're gonna look at, oh, he can't stay with women. He has a problem with women. He really likes men. And could not be true, but you run the risk. And then this timing is bad because, again, the guy just said something that was believable. And the reason why it's believable, because of what we can prove from your past. So guys, what do you think of your boy LCD Jackson? Back at it again.
Yeah, y'all, two things can be true at the same time. People can say it just because out of anger and to be accusing you of it off the whim for no reason, and it could still be true though. Just because people are being deflective and all that doesn't mean that it's still not true. You know, something can be true still at that point. So it's not about it being true or not. Only these males know if they know. All right, 100. This is one of those believe what you don't believe nothing that you hear and believe half of what you see. That's the case here. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't even know half the time. So yeah. Let me know what y'all think. Hit them comments up. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.
No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say. No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say.